Most tour businesses have a problem they don't even know they have. They build something genuinely great. Amazing tours, guides who know their destination inside out, experiences people remember for years. And then they spend half their time worrying about how to fill the next tour. They rely on platforms that take 25 or 30% of every booking. They disappear from Google whenever a competitor puts out a few more pages. They have no real way to reach their past customers directly. The product isn't the problem. The visibility is, and it's not just established operators who have this problem. Startups do too. Businesses that haven't even launched yet, that have real destination knowledge, but no idea how to be found. This series is for both, and that's exactly what this series is here to fix. I'm Islam Hussein. I build and work with real travel businesses, like designing the systems, content, and strategies that actually drive visibility and bookings. What you're seeing here is an AI version of me. While I'm focused on building and testing things in the real world, this is where I break them down, clearly, step by step. Everything you're about to hear comes directly from that work, not theory, not recycled advice, just what's actually being used and refined right now. Here's the big idea behind everything we're going to cover. You're not just running a tour business. You're running a media company that happens to sell tours. What does that actually mean? It means the operators who do well online, the ones who show up on Google, who don't need OTAs to survive, who have customers coming back and sending their friends. They all have one thing in common. They publish consistently. Videos, blogs, emails, social posts. They put content out into the world that helps people, that shows what their destination is like, that makes potential customers feel like they already know them before they've even booked. And those stories do the selling for them. That's not some complicated marketing theory. That's just how people make decisions today. They research online, they watch videos, they read reviews, they follow accounts. If you're not showing up in any of those places, someone else is. And increasingly, that research begins with a conversation, not a search engine, a chat. Someone opens ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude and asks what the best private tour operator in Egypt is for a luxury experience. They get a curated answer with specific names in it. If you're being cited in that answer, you're in the consideration set before they've visited a single website. If you're not, you don't exist in that moment, no matter how good your tours are. Publishing consistently with depth and authority is now the mechanism that earns you that citation. The content you create doesn't just build an audience, it builds the kind of presence that AI models reach for when someone asks a question about your destination. The good news is that with the tools we have right now, any small operator can build that kind of presence. It doesn't require a big team or a big budget. It requires a plan and consistency. That's what this series gives you. And to prove it, we're going to do something a bit different. Alongside every episode, we're building a real brand from scratch. A startup called Luxurious Egypt. No existing audience, no head start, no shortcuts. Just the framework applied step by step. Live. So you can see exactly what happens when someone follows this methodology from zero. The series runs across 51 episodes split into 7 modules. Brand, who you are and what you stand for. Foundations, your website, tools, and tech setup. Research, sharpening everything you've built with real data. Content, creating videos, blogs, emails, and social posts. Paid ads, Facebook, Instagram, Google, TikTok, scaling, systems, budgets, and growing the business. Measurement, tracking what's working and what isn't. We start with brand. And I know that sounds abstract, but it's actually the most practical starting point, because if you don't know who your business is for and what makes it different, then your website, your ads, your social posts, they all end up feeling generic, and generic doesn't convert. Then we build the technical side, all the tools and platforms you need set up properly before you start spending money on marketing. Then we research, not as a first step before anything exists, but as the sharpening phase. Once you have a real website and real content, data and competitor intelligence tell you exactly where to improve. Then we create more content. Then we run the ads. Then we measure everything and get better. Each episode is under 5 minutes. Every single one comes with something practical you can go and do straight away. Whether you're an established operator trying to stop handing 20+% to OTAs every time someone books, or you're starting from scratch and wondering how a brand new business can possibly compete online, this series is for you. Luxurious Egypt starts where you start, nowhere. And we're going to build it up together. Every tool we use will be introduced at the moment it becomes relevant, when you actually need it, not before. In the next episode, we go straight into brand identity. how to figure out what your tool business actually stands for, who it's talking to, and how to make sure the way you show up online actually reflects that. Subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you in episode 2.